Welcome to this special edition of the expert-led sessions. Today we are focusing on how strategic partnerships can enhance the performance, accountability, and inclusivity of public services. I'm your host, Onesmus Kansime, and today we are honored to have with us Mr. Leonard Zulu, the United Nations Resident Coordinator in Uganda, who's coordinating efforts of over 24 of United Nations agencies here in Uganda, coordinating the efforts to make sure that we have enhanced public service delivery. Today's discussion, of course, is entitled Uganda and Government of Uganda Coordination, Advancing Effective Service Delivery through strategic partnerships, which is what Mr. Zulu will speak to. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be on your show.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
You have been in Uganda so far for 9 years.
9 months.
Yes, 9 months.
Yes.
Maybe you'll be here for 9 years or
I
even
hope
more.
So. Yes.
We would want to know your experience, your moments here in Uganda. They could speak to the challenges, they could speak to the opportunities, but also the surprises you have had so far in these 9 months here in Uganda.
No, thank you very much for inviting me onto the show. I've been in the Pearl of Africa, Uganda, for 9 months now, adding. I'm not counting because I'm enjoying it so much. It's been a pleasure, an honor, and a privilege to join Uganda, the people of Uganda, and the government of Uganda on their journey towards sustainable development, which I joined on the 1st of November 2024. And I was very impressed when I arrived in Kampala to see all the development that has taken place. You must recall that there was a very devastating conflict that ended in 1986. And from then on, Uganda has really been on an upward development trajectory. It is now about to move to a middle-income country status, graduating from least development country status. One of the other landmarks is that today, as we are speaking, Uganda is now a $61 billion economy. Last year it was $51 billion. So already every year it's growing at least by 10-fold growth. And I think that is an achievable vision that we see. 10-fold growth in the National Development Plan 4. We also see that inflation is within the parameters set by the Bank of Uganda. We see that many sectors are up and running. The agricultural sector is the backbone of the economy, of course. And there's a special focus on that. And I can see it. I've traveled around the country and I've seen the potential for agriculture. And then the agriculture is there. A lot of it is subsistence, but we also see a lot of commercial agriculture also emerging. So the potential for agro-industrialization is there. And you will see it as one of the key focus areas in the National Development Plan. So I've seen that.
And Uganda is a beautiful country?
Yes, and that's where I'm talking about tourism now.
Yes.
I've been to the source of the Nile, so that was a beautiful experience to see where that great river springs from. And it's right in the heart of Uganda, the Pearl of Africa. So that's very, very impressive. I've also learned that you have tree climbing lions in Uganda. And you also have the silverback gorillas. So we are really looking at things like tourism to see how we can grow that sector. Because the tourism sector has got the potential to absorb a lot of youth employment.
True.
So that's an area that I've also looked at. Of course, We are having great potential in the mineral sector, oil, gas, the various precious minerals or essential minerals that you can find. Gold production is also on the uptake. And also Uganda's human capital, skills. To develop, you need to have a very skilled workforce. And we've also learned and we've seen also that a lot of investment is being made in STEM, so science and technology, which makes the ATMs as they are called. That we have also seen ourselves. But I've also noted that one of the things that we really have to focus on in Uganda is financing for development.
Yes.
Because you need inexpensive money to be able to develop the necessary infrastructure, to be able to invest in various sectors that will give you that tenfold growth that is foreseen in the National Development Plan and Uganda's Vision 2040.
Any surprises so far?
The surprise I've seen, I was pleasantly surprised that electricity generation is very much taken seriously by government. I was pleasantly surprised that actually Uganda currently is producing surplus electricity. So that was a pleasant surprise. I was also surprised by the traffic. The border really unique. To see the hustle and bustle in the city. So that's a pleasant surprise. It makes the city very vibrant, a bit noisy, but also colorful.
So you oversee the entire UN family in Uganda.
Yes.
And of course, the UN agencies have to work together towards better service delivery for Ugandans, working with the government.
Yes.
And you have to support, integrated support across the various UN agencies to have this achieved.
Yes.
How do you do this?
We have 29 agencies, United Nations agencies, funds, and programs working on what we call the United Nations country team in Uganda. Many of them are resident in Uganda, some of them are non-resident. And my job is to provide leadership to this team and also coordinate their efforts, their joint efforts. We are really trying to make sure that the United Nations in Uganda delivers as one. So that's what first and foremost, because working together, I think we are more impactful. We are more useful to supporting the people of Uganda's and government of Uganda's ambitious national development plan. The third one that we've just concluded, and also that the fourth one that we've just started. I think one of the key things that we have to do in the team that we are doing very well is policy innovation, making suggestions to the government on what kind of policies will really be the driver behind the implementation of the National Development Plan. What kind of reforms need to be made. So we work together with others, the development partners in the country, on a platform called the Local Development Partnership Group, where we work together with government through the Office of the Prime Minister. And I'm the link, the constant link to the Office of the Prime Minister, where I take messages from the country team on what needs to be focused on at a particular moment. And recently we were preparing for the 4th International Conference on Financing for Development. So the entire team, including the Office of the Prime Minister and some line ministries, especially the Ministry of Finance, came together as Team Uganda and worked on policy dialogue. The first one was on domestic resource mobilization. Then we had a specific dialogue on climate financing, another dialogue on private capital mobilization. And this was to prepare Team Uganda to participate meaningfully and substantively in the conference that was held in Spain, that started on the 3rd of June and finished on the 30th of June and finished on the 3rd of July. Our team was well prepared through these dialogues, and we were able to ensure that we were all speaking with one voice. So that's, in a nutshell, my job, to convene entities, UN entities, government entities, ministries, ministries, departments, and agencies to come together with the private sector, with civil society, on a neutral platform, bringing our impartiality to bear and talk about the things that matter for the social and economic development of Uganda, and also for its sustainable development, to make sure that we do not destroy the environment as we are developing. So that's very, very important for the resident coordinator to be at the center of the development discussions in Uganda.
Maybe also tell us about the RC as the chair of the Local Development Partners Group, and how the RC is coordinating development and humanitarian efforts as the chair of the Local Development Partners Group.
Well, we are not the only chair.
Yes.
There are three others. We have the IMF, that's also part, another co-chair, and we have Sweden and Ireland. So it's a team of four. We are four co-chairs. We co-chair the Local Development Partner Group. And our job really is to advocate and galvanize action around development imperatives. For example, we can come together and work on the issue of electricity, energy, inexpensive energy, within the framework of M300, which is a World Bank, Africa Development Bank, UN initiative, supported by other private philanthropic organizations, to bring electricity to 300 million Africans on the continent by the year 2030.
Are they already here in Uganda?
We are going to start here in Uganda. We have put in place a platform where we can meet with the Ministry of Energy to discuss how Uganda can benefit from this new program. There are already two cohorts of countries that are ahead of us. So we hope we can join under Group 3 to be part of this very exciting and innovative process that is going to bring inexpensive electricity to millions of Ugandans in the country, and also Africans across the continent.
So now let's talk about the United Nations Sustainable Development Cooperation Framework for their 2021-25. I'm aware the new one starts on 1st January 2026.
Yes.
What would you highlight as key achievements of the United Nations Sustainable Development Framework that whose end we are coming to?
Yes, the one that comes immediately to mind is that we have really worked on Uganda's future, the children of Uganda. We've reached over 7 million children during the course of last year alone, with health services, in particular immunization, vaccinations. So that's a key top level deliverable or highlighted achievement that I recall immediately. We have also supported the arrival, protection, and assistance to more than 1.9 million refugees from around the region who have come to Uganda for reasons of international protection, for safety reasons. And they are in settlements being received by Ugandans who are the first responders. The government is continuing to pursue its unique open door policy for all asylum seekers who need international protection to enter Uganda and have their place under the Ugandan SAD to continue with their lives, rebuilding their lives in safety, and also to rebuild their livelihoods so that they are given a parcel of land and they can cultivate and grow crops to feed themselves and also for market. So that's where I would highlight the achievements, both on the development side, the human capital, to make sure that we have a healthy and educated population. There's a lot of focus by the United Nations on health and education. For example, this year when we had the Ebola outbreak, the whole country team came together with the support of our development partners, with government leading the process. We were able to combat the outbreak, defeat it, and make sure that Uganda remained open for business, and the people of Uganda were safe and could go about their socio-economic development activities.
You have also supported over 20,000 vulnerable households under the cash transfer programs, supported over 127,000 adolescents with the 21st century skills. That's amazing, isn't it?
It is. It's very good that you mentioned that, but which also gives me the opportunity that all of those achievements are now under threat because of the various reviews of funding, the various discontinuations of funding by very key traditional donor partners of ours. So that's having an impact. Already more than 162 million US dollars is no longer there, that had been planned to help us provide and continue providing these services under the current United Nations Sustainable Development Cooperation Framework, which started in 2021 and continues throughout this year, 2025. We can't meet some of those targets. We are now falling behind because the money that we had planned for, we've lost 162 million of it already this year. And we will have a situation where a lot of our frontline colleagues who are working with refugees, who are working with the people in communities, will no longer be there because their employment contracts will not continue being extended beyond a certain period of time. It varies from agency to agency, of course, but we are seeing that impact. So we will start the next United Nations Sustainable Development Cooperation Framework, 2026 to 2030, next year on the 1st of January. We hope we will make some transformational change. But that's why we are looking at critical areas that would enable growth. Food systems, for example, that has to be a bedrock. Education, health, that we have to continue investments there. We have to look at agro-industrialization. We have to look at tourism, mineral wealth development, beneficiation there. We also have to look at how we can provide inexpensive or cheap energy, electricity, to really be the driver of growth in Uganda. For industrialization, you need power, and we need the infrastructure to distribute the power around the country. We need regional integration to be able to have to benefit from the electricity that is being generated by neighboring countries, for example, Kenya, or Tanzania, so that we can share whenever we have a deficit. We can share some of the electricity, buy some from the neighboring countries, or sell some to the neighboring countries.
It is encouraging to hear the tangible achievements of the outgoing cooperation framework, and also the kind of lessons that you have drawn. And also more encouraging is that you are carrying these lessons to the next cooperation framework. But when it comes to coordination, how do we look forward to transforming coordination towards the implementation of this coordination framework and enhancing the provision of services?
There are two things I think that we really have to make sure we keep an eye on. The first one is to make sure that government is at the center and the driver of the implementation of the National Development Plan, and plays its role in the cooperation framework. The cooperation framework is there to support government.
Yes.
The cooperation framework is there to support the goals of the National Development Plan 4. So that's very important. So government has to be in the driving seat and at the center of everything. And then for us to be effective in that, we have to work as one team. So one of my main objectives is to make sure that the United Nations is efficient, effective, and coherent, and delivers as one, and ensures that we leave no one behind. Sometimes it's easy to say that, but it means that when you are working, you go and reach those who are furthest behind first, look at their needs, address their needs, whilst government is also working across the board as well. But you are pointing out where those who, if we are not careful, we can leave behind. For example, we focus a lot of our work in Karamoja area, northern Uganda as well, because that's where we've seen people falling behind a lot in terms of countrywide development. Mm-hmm. So that's quite important for us to do that. And we have to make sure that we keep on reporting accurately to inform the people of Uganda what we are doing on their behalf, so that they know in a way that is easy for them to understand and grasp. So not using a lot of UN jargon, and that we keep our development partners informed and engaged in co-creating solutions together with the government of Uganda. That at the end of the day, no matter where we are from or whichever entity we are from, whether United Nations, development partner or government, we should all, as so far as we are working and living in Uganda, work on Team Uganda.
Indeed.
To make sure that the objectives, the development objectives of the people of Uganda are met. And for that to happen, we have to work as the team. And I see this as being possible only if we galvanize our action through the Office of the Prime Minister, that has got the responsibility of coordinating the whole of government. Because you need a whole of government approach to push forward the policies, the good policies that are in place, the good policies that were articulated in the budget that we just received last month. Here, it's got many ambitious objectives in there that we need to support. We also have to engage all Ugandans, wherever they are. For example, remittances from the diaspora projected to be 1.4 billion. That's a lot of investment that can be used, investment capital that can be used in the country. How do we harness this money to work for Uganda, to work for Uganda's development? So it's an all hands on deck approach, and all of us playing our part.
So looking ahead, of course, we foresee emerging challenges. They could be new, or those that are existing could even come in new forms. Population growth, we are seeing climate change, we are seeing the role of technology even in public service delivery. But all these challenges, of course, need partnerships like you have mentioned. Two partners must work together to make sure we mitigate these emerging challenges and streamline the path of delivery of services to the citizens. And I'm aware there is the National Partnership Forum. Tell us how it works and the role of UN in this forum.
Well, the National Partnership Forum is chaired by the Prime Minister, and it's co-convened by one of the development actors, partners in Uganda, who also co-chairs the forum. It's a platform that is there by law. Then there's a partnership policy that government has put in place that calls for this forum to be created and for it to work effectively. It brings together the development partners in Uganda, the government led by the Office of the Prime Minister, government ministries, and also United Nations entities, and also international financial institutions such as the World Bank. We meet at least once a year, and according to an agreed common agenda, and then discuss in detail. We met in February this year, where we discussed primarily the new, was still being finalized, now the new National Development Plan 4. And we rallied around that and made commitments to support the implementation of the plan. And we also looked at the humanitarian aspect. I spoke earlier about Uganda hosting 1.9 million refugees. And so we looked at how humanitarian work could be integrated with development work in order to ensure that from the outset, there is a development agenda, sustainable development agenda in the refugee response, that refugee support to refugees is based on sustainable responses, on sustainable programming, and that looks into the future to make sure that refugees are not just passive recipients of humanitarian assistance, but wherever they are, they quickly become agents of development. First, to make sure that they can stand on their own 2 feet, be self-reliant, but also quickly to make a contribution to the community. This is very important to ensure that open door policy remains. The community that receives refugees should see that they are also helping in the development of the community, and they are not just there receiving support from the community. The community is very happy to provide support in the initial few months, but for many years, the community also expects the refugees to make a contribution to the community. And the refugees are making a contribution, a very positive contribution, and that is why we have a very high level of support from the Ugandan community, from Ugandans, to welcome refugees into their communities. So we have to preserve that and make sure that it goes forward. And that is what we discussed also in the National Partnership Forum. And we discussed that in February as well. So we discussed the National Development Plan and also the refugee response in Uganda with the aim of maintaining the open door policy.
Yours must be a very big responsibility, coordinating the entire UN family in Uganda, over a dozen of them, 29 of them, that's a huge number, working with almost all the ministries, departments and agencies, the private sector, the CSOs, the vulnerable Ugandans. And I think this big responsibility, of course, comes with big challenges. How are you meeting these challenges, their solutions? How are you mitigating them and making sure that these do not blur your way towards achieving your mandate?
I listen a lot. I listen a lot to Ugandans, the ordinary Ugandans. Whenever I go and have a cup of tea, it's good to strike up a conversation and listen to what are their aspirations, what are the ideas that ordinary Ugandans have. So in that way, I share my responsibilities with everybody in the country. They help me to think things through, to learn about the country. I'm still learning a lot. And then I listen a lot and always make myself available to support my government counterparts. So I listen a lot to them, offer our support and assistance. And also I listen a lot to the experts. So that makes my job easy, right? We've got a lot of experts in government. We've got a lot of experts in the development community. Development partner community. We've got a lot of experts in South-South cooperation entities. But immediately I've got a very strong United Nations country team that I lead. So I've got the expertise of 29 entities to ease the strain, if you wish, or to share the responsibility. So not everything is on my shoulders. I'm only one person.
Yes.
But we've got almost 3,000 UN international and national staff members in the country. So we spread, so that the responsibility is spread with them and shared with them. And they are fantastic. They are technical experts in the field. They've got bright ideas. They are innovating. They are coming up with policy suggestions. And my job is to put that together with the team in the resident coordinator's office and present this in the packages to government, to the policymakers. And then they decide on which policy is suitable for Uganda's reality, and they try to implement that. So we are working together with that. We are also thinking that we should use the expertise that is in the countries in Africa. There's a lot of expertise in the neighboring area across Africa. So South-South cooperation is important for us to have that also working for us. So, for example, today I was talking with potential partners in the South who can support Uganda's development trajectory.
That's amazing. And these have been inspiring words, and also sharing your expertise with us today. And it has been a rich discussion. We have learned how the UN in Uganda is working in a very coordinated manner to support government efforts, to support the efforts of partners, so that we achieve a lot under this partnership. And we have also learned how they plan to address future challenges by strengthening the collaboration even further. So to our listeners, I think one clear takeaway is that effective public service delivery truly is a team effort. Like how the UN resident coordinator, Mr. Zula, has told us that the UN agencies in Uganda are working together. The UN agencies across Africa are having peer-to-peer learning and also working together. The ministries, departments, and agencies and other stakeholders, the private sector, civil society, academia, media, the youth and the vulnerable groups must all work together to achieve all this that we need. Because by working together strategically, focusing on innovation, on inclusion, we can accelerate our journey to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. It has been amazing having you, Mr. Zulu, with us today.
Yes,
thank you so much once again for your time.